had the opportunity to explore more at that time, but I'm still grateful now that I've got to like grow my stuff and all that.
Did you play yourself growing up or no?
I mean, I did. I played like Valorant most of the time. That's it.
Oh, well,
I
that's
didn't. I
recent.
didn't have. Yeah, that's recent. That's very recent. It was like 2020.
Interesting. Okay. Well, in any case, so we're live. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Is it pronounced Ajit or Ajit or
Yeah, it is Ajit.
Ajit? Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah,
making the time today. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you as well, brother.
Perfect. So yeah, as we were saying off stream there, so initially you just started this as a curiosity, and making banners for YouTube channels or Twitter profiles and all
Yeah,
that for sports teams. Um, this work that you do, because I've noticed it's kind of it's mixed media in a sense. At the
yeah.
beginning, I thought it was all digital, but I've seen that like you do have photos of you working on physical pieces for this as well.
Yeah.
So does it always start as physical and then eventually it just becomes scanned, or what's your process like?
I mean, it starts with like the pictures. I just lay them in an A4 document to print, and I go from there, like printing it out, making compositions all by hand, adding elements that, some brush strokes, some markers, and all that stuff. So mainly I use the digital side for printing the pictures and scanning the backend and having some final touches on it. Rest is handmade.
So it's all handmade. All the different layerings, everything that we see here,
Yeah,
that's all
exactly.
handmade.
It is. If you see on the top right of this poster, you can see like the color smudge. It was from a pastel color, so
Mm.
that's that.
Oh, okay. Are any of these elements handmade? Oh, I guess they are, right? Like as you said, you used the pastel here.
The colors in that, like the blonde text you see, I tore that paper, and the letters N and D are from like a crayon or something.
Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Because this is quite the departure from doing just digital posters for
Yeah.
people that are gaming. Um, how did you wind up here? What actually brought you to doing this kind of collage work?
I mean, the main story behind that is 2 years ago, I took upon a challenge that I have to design a poster every day. So, and after that challenge, I had some of the posters laying around, and I want to experiment with that. So I took two posters, printed them out on a black and white printer that was laying around, and I just experimented with it. Like, I cut some pieces, arranged them, pasted them, then scanned. So that resulted in my first mixed media artwork, if you can say that. So that was my turning point, actually. So from digital work to handmade work, because I always admired the craftsmanship of people that did the handmade work. Like, I can't stress that enough, like how important that is for an artist to actually have a skill rather than just creative thinking.
Yeah, and how did you study design at all, or was it just like through playing around with making posters and like feeling what's good? Did you study like any fundamentals of design or anything like that?
I did. So I mostly studied from YouTube. That was like my university at that time. So they taught me about how to use type, how to, use the types and the sizes, how to use the grids, how to use the colors, composition, and how to make your compositions interesting so the viewer that can see is really pulled in by that. There's many books that I've read also that time. So there's that as well.
Okay, but it's all self-taught. Like you never went to school for this or anything. You never like took any classes
No,
on this.
I didn't. I mean, at that time there were classes I could take, but it was really expensive, and I didn't want to spend my money on that.
Hmm. No, this stuff is very cool. There's a couple of artists that I've had on the show already that do similar work to this, but I don't think any of them actually work with physical printouts of uh, of all of these. I don't know if you would have
Yeah,
heard of any of these artists, but let me see if I can pull some of them up here.
yeah. It was Theo, right? I saw his interview.
Yeah, we had Theo, who I don't know why his name's not coming up. Let me see if I can find him. I'm gonna want to make sure he gets a proper shout out. Uh, yeah, here he is.
Hmm.
Yeah, we interviewed Theo.
Yeah, his work's fire.
Yeah, he just started his first semester
Yeah.
at art school, I believe. He's based in New York now. But yeah, he does some similar stuff to this, but it's not like
Hmm.
there's not really any comparison to it. We
Exactly.
also had who was it? We had El Kirza, who's based in Spain. He does similar kind of work, but it's a little bit more. How do I say? I don't even know the word for it, but it's he focuses more on typography. Like he will go
Mm.
through um
Oh yeah.
really old magazines, receipts from supermarkets or anything, and he'll get all these
Mm.
different layers
Yeah, it's really
on top.
interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't really know anyone that does it quite like you. And in terms of this kind of work, is there a goal that you have in terms of what you want to do with it, or is it just a matter of like, oh well, I'm getting commissions for now, I'm getting paid, you know, helps to have some extra money laying around. Do
Hmm.
you have any like goals in
I
terms
mean,
of I don't know pieces you want to make, like a gallery, a magazine, like what have you?
yeah, I do have many goals. Like, this is something I really want to push to the edges, to the extreme, like in terms of my capabilities and all that stuff. So my main goal right now is to, like as you said, get featured. Like that's something recognizable, and so many people can see this work. And I think one more thing I say is that people can also see like the evolution in these posters, like how my style was 2 years ago and how it's shaped now with all that stuff. So yeah, I mean there are bigger goals as well in terms of commissions. I really want to work with many big name artists, make official work for them. So that's also a big goal that I want to achieve sometime soon.
Yeah, I asked that just because I noticed a lot of your, well, almost all of your work has
Yeah.
like a Western influence to it. So whether it's the musicians or um, like here this PlayStation magazine type cover,
Hmm.
um, well, this one's more like Southeast Asian, so like Japanese, Korean, all that.
Yeah, Jeff.
Um, but I do like how big is the art scene where you're located? Because I would have figured that you would have had like at least a couple of pieces that are more influenced by your
Hmm.
surroundings and where you live and the kind of media that you guys consume there. Um, is there
I mean,
much of an art scene in India? Like, what's it like there?
there is, but it's still growing. So it's kind of underrated right now. The artists, the rappers, the musicians are not well known in the Western countries. But yeah, it's growing, and I've also done some of the graphics for like the Indian artists.
Because the most famous one that I know is I think it's pronounced Hanuman Kind. Is he is Indian, right?
Yeah, he is. I mean,
Yeah,
he's like he's born in US, so that his background is Indian, so
yeah.
he, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, because he's really the only artist that I know of. Like there's actors and like other
Yeah,
musicians and whatnot, but in terms of like big names that come to mind, um, he's really one of the few. But what is the art scene actually like in India? Is there a focus on like more traditional forms of art, doing stuff by hand, or if they like have people like adopted that digital is the way now, it's the future, this is where it's all headed? Because some people that I talk to, they live in countries where the galleries that they try to do showings in, or the schools that they go to, they have a very very rigid focus on certain fundamentals versus others. Do you find that
exactly.
there's like that kind of conflict where you are, that people like look at your work and they're like, "Oh, well, this isn't like real art," or I don't know, like what's the dynamic like there?
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. If I ever try to approach a classical gallery, like a gallery that's been established since like 1950s or the 1900s, they would definitely like say your work is not like original and all that stuff, because the thing here is the people in the art scene are very old. So they view art as what they did. Like it was sculptures, printmaking, and what do you say, the painting,
Hmm.
all that work that's done by hand, like from Renaissance eras and all that stuff. So the main thing is they don't try to think that art has evolved and there are many things except besides that handmade stuff. I mean, I respect the handmade stuff as well, but if you have an open mind, you can definitely see some uh, what do you say that where there's some potential in this scene
Hmm.
as well.
So
So
there,
yeah, I've
yeah.
there are many galleries that are new in this time, like Gen Z people try and collect artists that are upcoming and they display works. I mean, in India, there are many young artists like me that also got inspired by me. So they try to like improve on their art forms and try different stuff and all that. So just like to grow as a creative, not like just an artist.
I see. So there are people that are like in their 20s, 30s that are setting up galleries to show off featured
Yeah.
art. Just because I know, like in some cities, like in let's say like Montreal in Canada,
Hmm.
or even places in Spain, they do have like digital galleries. Well, they'll showcase digital artists that also sell like NFTs and whatnot. Do you guys
Yeah.
have that kind of a modern scene there, or is it like still getting
No.
built up?
No, it's basically non-existent at this point in India. But there are many galleries that did like digital stuff, but not like the NFTs. And the digital stuff they did was like from the top 1% artists that are very famous, very, very famous. Like everyone knows their work, everyone that does 3D and all that knows who he is. So that's some dynamic. I mean, there could be many opportunities for growing artists in India, but not of right now. I mean, I've had my work displayed in the US in Arizona State University. So, I mean, that's an achievement, but never in India.
Oh, nice. How did you come by that? How did you manage to get your work exhibited there?
There were students of I don't know, fourth year that approached me like, we want to exhibit your work and we really like your work and the style you do. It really resonates. They were basically approaching designers for that exhibition to, you know, get placed.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, that's literally like a halfway across the world that your work managed to get that. Is that the only exhibition that you've had, or have you had the chance to do others?
Uh, That was the only one, I think. I mean, I can't remember anything else other than that.
Okay. And you said you've been doing this for how long now?
5 years.
5 years of doing this kind of collage style work.
No, 5 years in total. In the collage kind of work is like 2 years.
Oh wow. Only 2 years and you already got your work exhibited in like a university. That's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome. So you're still
appreciate
fairly
it.
fairly new to it.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that.
I see. And yeah, I noticed here that you had a series where you made these like physical pieces that were like
Hmm.
screenshots of Spotify or Apple Music of the
Yeah, yeah,
artist. Have you considered making these into like physical objects? 'Cause I've noticed by the comments people want to have like physical copies of this somehow.
yeah. I've had many requests. Like this was a series that got me to where I am. Like this went super viral, super viral. It was like, I don't know, 11, 12 million impressions in like 3 weeks of this series alone.
Oh wow.
So yeah, people DM me about getting my originals, but that is something I'll just save for now. If I ever get the chance, like 5 years, 10 years from now, if I'm doing good in design, I can maybe display that, something like that. But yeah, it was really a turning point. Like this collages really got me into the scene. Like many artists approached me and all that. I recently worked with Chris Brown also, you know him?
Really? Which one of
Yeah.
these did you work on them with?
If you pull up on my profile, there's a T-shirt I did for him. Yeah, down there.
This one here?
Yeah, this one.
So he like when he went on tour or like this is merchandise that he was selling?
Yeah, this was for his current tour. Like he's touring right now, so it's selling in the pop-up stores and all over the world.
Wow, that's sick, man. I mean, look, I Chris Brown is a controversial figure, so like I'm not
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I am by no means our company does not endorse what he did. Just want to say that. But
yeah.
no, that's cool that you got that opportunity. How did you
Yeah,
did one of his people just reach out to you or
yeah, exactly. So his partner, like he also has a brand called the Oracles that's owned by two people. So the other person approached me like, "Yo, I want your services. I wanna like get down and design." So we designed this. It was like after 5 to 6 revisions. Like I made 5 to 6 different collages of this and shifting elements, adding new things, removing different things. So this is what we ended up on, and it was sick, man. It was a sick experience. It was the first time that I ever worked with someone this big. It was almost a dream come true.
yeah, I mean, he say what you want about him, but he's still a fairly big star, and he always
Yeah,
sells out. I mean, he recently did a they did a show in Toronto, where let me see if I can find it over this summer, where I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find any YouTube video of it, but they did a show where they said they were gonna do it rain or shine, and it was pouring, like just coming down completely. Um,
yeah.
oh yeah, here it is. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, they did it at this new stadium that was like way out of the city. You had to like
Hmm.
take a bus to it. It's just out in this field. It was just
That's
pouring down, but
crazy.
he still did the show. People still showed up. They never canceled it. Um, but yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty cool, man. Have you had anyone else reach out to you as a result of this collaboration, or is it still like too early? Because his tour only recently started.
yeah, it is too early, but the no, like nobody knows that I did the design. It was like undershadowed by like the creative directors and all that stuff.
Oh, so like
So
you don't even have like your name on it, your tag, like nothing. That's just that only the people that know are the people that worked on the
yeah,
contract.
yeah. Only the people know that are like my audience and the director. It was not publicized to like the fan base that I did the design.
Really? Is that part of the contract? Like they just they
It
forced
is,
you
it is.
to
It's
not
kind
have
of
that?
no, it's not forced. They allowed me to post at least, so that's a good thing. but they
Well, no,
like
they're of course
didn't
they're gonna
give
allow
me.
you to post it. I mean, obviously, no, that's yeah, that's crazy. But
Yeah,
I can't believe they didn't allow you to put your
yeah.
name on it.
I mean, like it was done for them, so like they had all the rights, but having my name on the official tour merch is like they said it's kind of off limits. So
Huh? Wow. I mean, like it's cool that you got the collab, but I would have expected like to, I don't know, on the back of the shirt or maybe on the tag on the inside, like to allow you to just
yeah,
put your
that.
social tag on it or something, you know?
Mhm. I mean, that's something I'm really striving for, like building my own brand and then collabing. Like, it's not just I'm making the stuff for them, but it's like a duo-sided collaboration between me and the brand.
I see. Well, I mean, look, if you manage to get Chris Brown's attention, I'm sure that that you'll be able to get other people in your DMs
I
for
hope so,
that.
brother.
Yeah. But no, that's yeah, that's ridiculous. I would have thought they would have at least been able to give you like your name, like you're the guy that made it. You know, it's all like Chris Brown. It's all like stuff that album covers and photos that he's done and all
Mhm.
that. But yeah, that's a little disappointing. Um, but yeah, okay. So this collab just happened. Do you have any artists that you would want to work on, like are like dream clients that you would want to have? Because I noticed you did a lot of stuff for the weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say him. I was definitely gonna say him because I really like his creative direction and the storytelling aspect of his albums and everything that he does. But other than that, I'd say Cole Bennett from Lyrical Lemonade.
Oh yeah,
And
he directs all their videos there.
yeah. I also do like the mixed media videos kind of thing, so that's definitely something I want to branch out of and actually work on something official.
Oh, you said you actually create like mixed media videos?
Yeah, I do.
Is this one of these? Oh yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Oh wow. How did you go about making this? Did you also like print out the frames and scan them or
Yeah. Exactly.
oh wow.
If you pull up my profile on Instagram, like my latest reel, it went super viral and it was a mixed video.
Interesting. Yeah, and it's no, it definitely wasn't going to be long because I'd imagine like you have to print out every like third or fourth frame or something and paint it over and then
Yeah.
scan it and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
12 frames per second, so it goes like 400, 500 frames per video.
Let's see here.
Yeah, the first one. First one.
First one. Okay.
Yeah, this one. It went super viral, like 40,000 likes. Crazy.
Oh, Tame Impala. I love Tame Impala.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you print out the frames, you add your little touch to them, and then what's the process? You would scan it and then put it into like something like Sony Premiere or like some Adobe video editor.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the process, but the main thing is when you print out and what you do on the frames. So that thing really matters. Like I add my own elements to the pre-made video, so to make it more kind of unique stuff. But yeah, that's basically the process. It's kind of uh, time taking, but you gotta have a lot of patience to do this.
Yeah, because it's basically like stop motion. You have to capture every single frame, and
Exactly.
it doesn't always 100% have to be like you have to you do your best to put the paper on the scanner like exactly like right to the edge. But
Mhm.
even if it's not perfect, it still fits with your style
Yeah, it
because
does. Yeah.
it really it matches that like imperfect aesthetic as it like kind of shakes around.
Mhm. I mean, that's something I have acquired as a skill, but I really want to like direct videos in the future, like do the whole thing. I just don't want to do like mixed media on top of a pre-made video, like actually making the videos, editing them, then doing mixed media or adding another effect. So also that really like exploring on right now.
Oh, like directing like a music video.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's well that yeah that's certainly a jump, but I mean, it got you this far, right? You might as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very cool. Oh, and this is another one that you did for Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, it was last year.
Oh wow. Yeah, because these are stills from like his music video, but there was that one portion where you did that like top left to bottom right part.
Hmm.
Let's see, yeah, right here.
Yeah, it was
So
done
you
by me.
so you had to so you have to layer the background and then on top of that layer all this. So when you make these because I know like some of the frames they're just like one single page and then you do your little sketch on top of it. But in that
Hmm.
instance where you have the three different these three different windows here, you would actually have to like glue like the frame
No,
and
no,
then the
no,
next
no,
one and or
no.
how did you do it?
So what I did is in the Premiere Pro timeline, it was the base video. Then I took the clip and placed it on top of the video. Like it's still in the video, it's not printed yet. So these three are popping at different times in the sequence. So when I print out, it becomes easier for me to like do the stuff on a singular sheet of paper and not like three other sequences.
Oh, I see. So you would make the scene in the video editing
Yeah,
software and then print like a screen cap of that out, and then
yeah,
that would be your frame.
yeah, that will be my friend.
Okay, I see. Very cool. Yeah, this looks like it would take a very long time to do.
Yeah, it did actually. It took me like 2 weeks of non-stop work, like 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Wow. Very cool, man. And it's all self-taught too. That's wicked, man.
Appreciate it. Like I started this kind of videos back in like December of 2023, and it was just an experiment. Like I wanted to like try this stuff. I already do mixed media. Why not just try and branch into mixed media videos? So at that time, I did my first video. It did kind of good, but it was like it's not up to the par and all that stuff. So after that, I did more videos, but I was like bored, like it's taking too long and all that stuff. So I ignored and did videos, and it kind of did good. But also, I got commissions from people for the video, but it wasn't like all the artworks I do. I'm improving on the mixed media video aspect to like get my work out there. Sorry, get my work out there and probably reach many different artists.
Well, hey, I mean, having started in 2023, like I mean, to do all that and dealing with school and just like daily life to be able to balance all that, like that's pretty damn good, man. You're a fucking powerhouse.
Appreciate it. Also you gotta include like 2 hours of gym and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a lot for anyone to balance.
It is. I mean, if you're passionate about it, it's like always a good thing that I'm being busy doing what I love. So that's always a good thing in my mind. I don't get stressed. I mean, I do get stressed by the work, but it's not always like demotivating and all that. But I just get through it, and sometimes if I have a creative block, I just take a break. It's like I'm not like supposed to create artworks every day. I'm not a machine. So I definitely take some rest points to recharge and all that. But yeah, if consistency is the one thing you can really strive for. If you have consistency, like it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. It's not like you have to upload once a week or twice a week. If you do upload over the months, over the years, it's gonna build up for sure. If you know, uh, look at my old posts and the new posts now, I always do that. So I can see my difference, like where I came from and how I do now. So it's always a good thing, like comparing my past self to my current self. See, this was the printer I had, the black and white.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's the. It doesn't look like a super like the hardcore printer. It just looks one that you would like see in an
Yeah,
office.
it's just yeah, it is an office printer.
Very cool.
It
And you
was
do.
like the first reel I created.
I see. And you do all your work in like a Adobe software for the most part.
Yeah, for Photoshop, Illustrator, and that kind of apps.
Okay. Do you use any like in terms of the actual like manual tools that you have, all the cutters and pastels and whatnot? It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
stuff that you just find in an art store. Like you don't really have any like special tools for that kind of thing.
I mean, it's nothing too special, but the things I use really vary. Like I'd use alcohol markers, white pen, acrylic paint, sometimes oil paint as well, because I just want to try that out. So
Hmm.
it's really varied, but it's not like something exquisite or exclusive that only I use. It's just the common things you can find in an art store and just, get to it.
I see. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, so this video, let me explain. What I did, this is not a mixed media video. Like I did not print the frames out. What I did, I had a old camera laying around. So what I did was export the frames and take the pictures in sequence because I really like the effect that the camera produced on the picture. So I clicked the pictures of my monitor with the camera and did some, brush strokes in Photoshop and then combine that. If you see like it's writing, I did
Hmm.
that like with my pen tab. So I wrote down with the brush and all that stuff with textures, scribbles, all that.
Very very cool. Wow. So
Like
when you yeah.
if you compare this video to like the original music video, it's gonna see like it's night and day difference. You can also see like the cursor popping on screen sometimes.
Oh yeah yeah. Very cool. So when you actually plan out these videos, do you do it like in the same way that directors do it? Like they'll have keyframes, like little rough sketches of what they want in the scene, or do you just do it by feeling? Like how do you actually organize this so that you can keep the vision like all in your head as you do it?
I mean, I watch a video like 10 times before like doing anything on it because I want to see what's the sequence, what's the story, and all that stuff. Because I'm bound by the final product the director has produced. I don't have any of the raw shots and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. So what I do is kind of make a story of my own, like combining the clips, like some action, something like that. I just combine them and do all that stuff on it.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because I'd imagine like the further that you go into this kind of work, like the crazier that it gets with making these videos, you'd have to be like very not rigid, but like very organized with like what scenes you want to take from the music video and what shots you want to highlight.
Yeah, because it really, I'm bound by the music too. Like, I don't want to cut off my video at a abrupt end. so it has to feel seamless. So I have to like increase or decrease my duration of the video with the music as well. I can definitely uh, get some clips in the video to match, but it's still limited to a point because
Hmm.
I'm not directing the video. I'm not working with the director. So that's that.
Have any of the music videos that you've made here, have any of the artists reached out from them?
I mean, the people, some did. It was some underrated artists from LA, but nothing crazy yet.
Very interesting.
This one's my favorite.
Yeah, from Tame Impala.
I love his music and his creative approach to everything he does.
They're still making music, right?
He just released two singles.
Oh, right on.
Also, like having a hobby like producing and making music also taught me how these artists think and how I can implement that in my design work.
Oh, you make music of your own as well?
Yeah, I'm still learning, but I haven't made a single track yet. So it's still in the learning phase. Like I'm learning the DAWs, I'm learning instruments and all that stuff.
Okay, so yeah, you really are becoming a mixed media artist. I mean, you're doing this collage work,
Uh,
the music video editing, and now music of your own.
mhm. I mean, that's something I really want to get out as soon as possible. Uh, I play guitar. I have some kind of skill in it. I'm still learning, but like in the next 3 or 4 years, I want to get some tracks out because I'm not gonna be like I think that I don't want to be limited by anything. Like I don't want to be defined by like he does this, he only does this, he's known for this. I want to like branch out and see what the other side is and how I can contribute that side because I know I have some degree of creative thinking. Like if I can do something in this design world, I definitely can maybe like do something in the music world as well, like making my own music and maybe some good things in there.
Well, I mean, if you approach it with the same energy that you're approaching all your other work, I'm sure you'll be able to make something great of it. Because yeah, man, like that's insane. Only 2 years that you've been doing this collage stuff seriously for, and now you're doing music videos as well. You already had a collab with Chris Brown on his tour recently. Um, yeah, it's all just like you're stacking everything on top of one another through consistency, and now you're just getting these opportunities. That's wicked. That's wicked, man.
I appreciate it, brother. But the one thing is like I don't get enough credit for my work. You know, if I go on Pinterest or some other website that's inspiration based, I see my work all over Pinterest. It's super viral, super viral. But there's not a single credit like it's made by me. Like that's really like it kind of hurts.
Oh yeah, you've seen your work pop up on Pinterest sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna ask, like, where do you get inspiration or assets to make for all your works? And I'd imagine that Pinterest is like a really good resource for that.
I mean, yeah, Pinterest is like you can say my number one, but I don't use Pinterest a lot. And most of my inspiration, I'd say, just comes from within because I don't look at other posters while I'm designing. I just look at what's in front of me and what I can do with it. So I really go with the flow sometimes and really trust my eye for the composition, the colors, and all that stuff. And I think it turns out great.
I see. Yeah, because a lot of the kind of styles that you use in your work, it reminded me of what uh what Tumblr used to be back in like the 2010s, when it was just this like huge boom of creativity from people taking stills from shows or just photography that they found, like added a filter to it or do some collage work. Like if Tumblr was still around in the form that it used to be, not what it is now,
Mhm.
like you would have you would have done extremely well then.
Dude, I've had many like comments saying like this is so Tumblr coded, but
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I didn't even know what Tumblr is crazy. Like I just did out of my own like feeling and how I feel, how I see that artist, how I want to present that. So that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, no, it's extremely Tumblr coded. Like back in the 2010s, it was like it was the place to go to set up your own kind of like just corner of the internet where you could post stuff like this. I mean, I don't know of anybody that was posting like this kind of work, like actually like printing it out and making all these posters or the videos or what have you, but just the kind of filters and aspect of design that you
Gotcha.
use, it's very, very like Tumblr
I mean,
coded.
you can say that I'm really inspired by that kind of era of the internet, like the early 2000s to like the 2010s when there was Windows XP and all the icons were 3D with colors, vibrant
Mm-hmm.
colors. So that era I love because I grew up in that era. I did not have access to computers like directly at that time, but from what I see now, it feels really nostalgic. So nostalgia is also a big factor in my work. So like doing things I couldn't see for myself as a kid, but what I can imagine now. That's something I really like.
Okay. How did it take much convincing for your parents that like the work that you do is actually like legit? You're not just you're not just wasting your time? Because I know that artists sometimes they have that issue with their parents.
I mean, there was some convincing in my first year. In my first year, I started earning like commissions, small commissions. My first commission was officially like $5. So when I got that money, I was extremely happy. Like I was 15 years old and I had earned a dinner like for myself with my own money. So that was something that clicked in me that I can do this. I see potential in this. So that year I earned like, I don't know, $300 for the whole year because I was just starting out and it was good money at that time. Like for someone who has zero experience, who use a cracked Photoshop in a I don't know $200 laptop, it was good. So that really did something like, yeah, he can do something like because at that time I had to choose like subjects for my school
Mm-hmm.
because there's like three options you gotta do like humanities, like that's lawyers, I don't know, something like that,
Yeah,
commerce and
sociology,
science.
psychology. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, commerce and science. So I chose science, but I didn't study at that time. I was good at studies still till 10th grade. I got really good grades at that time, but in senior secondary school at the 12th grade, I just focused all my energy on design. Also, it was lockdown, so I didn't show up to any classes, and yeah, the rest is history, man. I got into art college now.
Do you find that the things that you're learning in school now are actually helping you become a better artist? Because I've had mixed reviews with art school when it comes to some of the experiences of artists that I've interviewed.
I would say yes and no, but some things are definitely good for my creativity, not mainly directed to my work, but something to help me get more ideas for myself. Like, there's a course that I did in my first year of college. It's called printmaking. So, in that thing, you gotta sketch some composition, some poster. So I did MF Doom poster, and what I did next is take that sketch, draw that on a tracing paper, and then place that on a wooden block. And on that wooden block, you gotta trace it again. So it's outline of that poster on the wooden block, and then you gotta carve that wood. So there's ridges in the wood. So when you print that, you roll ink on the wood on the plate and then paste on the sheet that's going to be printed. So that's one thing that really feels disconnected in my line of work, because the process of designing the poster, printing the poster, it's all handmade. It's none of it is automated or done by machines. So that's something I really like. Also, there's something called a jelly plate or a I don't know, jello plate that
Mm-hmm.
artists use. So that's something I really look forward to buying and I don't know, and trying some stuff with it because I find that really interesting as well.
A jelly plate. Don't know if I've ever heard of something like that. Let me see if I can find one.
It's Gelli. Wait, let me show you the poster that I made with the technique I just talked about.
Oh yeah, these here.
Yeah. It's similar to like what I just talked about, but it's kind of different.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll just share the picture with you on Twitter.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I see. Okay.
So you see all like the etchings and the carvings. It was all like done with pencil first and then carved out with tools and knives. So it's a crazy process, but the result is good.
Oh,
Kind
so
of
you basically
cringy.
you made like a stencil basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's like a derivative version of your layering and everything that you do. So you basically like created your whatever collage on the paper and then etched that
Yeah.
into the wood.
Yeah, it's just one layer. If you see, you have to like add elements and add techniques that separate things from like getting too stale.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you carve too deep, it's gonna look different to something that's carved like thin. And with the variation of the thickness of lines, you can create the illusion of the thickness and the colors and all that.
Yeah, this would probably be one of the more easy ways to make like t-shirt designs instead of having like a professional printing house that uses like the best inks and all that. You could just have like a
Yeah,
block of wood that you press on a t-shirt.
I mean, we did the screen printing thing. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
popular in printing T-shirts. So what we did there was prepare a screen, like prepare a stencil on a plastic sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the same thing that I talked about, like prepared the layout and all that stuff. We carved and or like cut the areas that's gonna be covered in ink and left that so negative space and positive space and all that stuff. So it was good. We also printed like the t-shirts. It was not like perfect, like the things that are done by computer are like almost precision based.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was a fun experience.
Very cool. Do you think you're going to be making well, I guess it's a little bit harder for you to do it because a lot of your work focuses on artists that
Yeah,
have
yeah,
like entire
exactly.
teams of lawyers and copyright and all that. There's not really any
Mhm.
not really like any like original creations that you can actually put on a shirt based
Yeah.
on your work.
I mean, that's something I'm doing right now, like preparing my own ideas and own collections inspired by artists, but not referencing them in like the most kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
like using some colors and all that. Like it's inspired by Tyler, it's inspired by Cardi, but like the main design philosophy is kind of theirs, but mixed with mine. But it's not like for them; it's for me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do some works with characters and ideas that are part of the public domain, like
Mm,
Mickey Mouse or Winnie the Pooh. I'm having a hard time remembering any others, but
yeah,
there's still quite a few that you could make characters with who have the copyrights that are expired.
gotcha. I mean, yeah, but really, what I want to do is right now improve my drawing because drawing, I think, can level up any artist. If you see someone who can draw, they can like make their own worlds. That's the difference.
How do you think you would incorporate that into your work?
I mean, if you can see, like, the main inspiration for that idea was Gorillaz, the band.
Mm-hmm.
They have virtual band members, they're just illustrations, and they are popular for their illustrations and how they perform. Some people don't even know the real names of the band members that sing, that play instruments. They just know like these four characters are the lead singer, the bassist, the drummer, and all that. So I mean, I can give like some kind of life to any character I can create. So that's something I really want to do.
Oh, okay. So you would want to create like your own original like characters for your own music that you do then.
Yeah, you can say that. I mean, definitely along the lines of that, but not exactly because I really want to incorporate myself in that, but something supportive of that.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it's very cool. So moving forward, that's what you're going to be focusing on. How many years of art school do you have left?
I'm in the second year, so I have like two more.
Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, you'll be done soon enough, and who knows where that's going to
Yeah.
take you. I mean, if it got you this far and you're only 2 years in the art school, like the opportunities are infinite.
I mean, I could have finished my art school this year itself, but I had a 2 year gap from passing my school and entering art school.
Hmm.
So there's that because I didn't like the idea of art school. Like I'm bound by so many things just for a degree. But realizing that degree is important in this day and age, like if you go like if you apply for some position with some creative agencies and all that stuff, they're gonna ask you for your degree and your experience. I mean, experience is 90% of all that matters, but degree is almost always a prerequisite.
So you would still want to work for like a designing firm once you finish school? You wouldn't want to start anything that like just 100% of your own?
I mean, that's the thing I still think about sometimes, but I really haven't decided if like my art's gonna take me to somewhere. Like I can always do commission work with artists and all that stuff. So something I really want to do for the next 4 or 5 years to build my own brand and see where it takes me. So I mean, there's definitely that side, but if that thing doesn't work, I still would have the degree to apply for like jobs and all that stuff in the creative space, and not like corporate design and all that stuff, but something that's unique and like the creative agencies are looking for kind of stuff. Because I've had many offers that kind of want my style. They want my style, so and they can find anybody to do it. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, because like, look, I might not be an expert in your style of art or anything, but it doesn't look like you really need the art school. If this is like just you just started, art school essentially for the last like however many months, and now
Mhm.
you've still been able to pump out this kind of quality work. Why bother? Is it like just like you gotta show your parents that, oh no, like this is legit, I'm actually like getting something out of
Yeah,
it? Because I mean, realistically, you could just take these skills and everything that you do and still make a decent living.
yeah, man. So one thing I was skeptical about is something within my own. Like I thought someone who went to art school is more qualified than someone who didn't, because then that's all obviously false at that time, because it was 2020 and I just started this field, and I was so like I wanted to go to art school at that time, but when I finished my school, I thought I could take a break from this school and all that, take a 1 year break and grow as much as possible. And if I didn't reach my expectations, I would start art school. So there's that story, but I mean, there's definitely aspect of good things that come with going to art school. Like you could definitely link up with many people in your creative circle. Meeting people online is a different thing, and chatting with them in real life is different. Like I've met with so many good artists that are not exactly in my field. Some do painting, some do sculpture, but they're really like creative people, and discussing your ideas with them opens many doors. And that's the opportunity you got to use if you go anywhere. Like I was invited to a music show. The people I met there, all of them were artists, like, but not from my field. I have never met anyone in real life that did work that resembles mine. So that's that. But I've met many people that are from different fields, but share some great ideas and share many experiences that are like helpful in the long run.
Yeah, because as you also said when we started the show, is that there's not a lot of opportunities where you're located to meet with artists
Yeah.
or to go to galleries or what have you for this kind of modern art style. So I guess art school, it helps you build that network in a way.
So what I did last year was put up a fake gallery of my own, like on the street. So that was kind of cool. Like I just printed out my posters and all that stuff, and I put on a sidewalk and all some of that kind of stuff. So it
Hmm.
was cool. I just put my tag under there, like you can visit and see me. But if you compare places like UK, Toronto, New York, they're filled with artists. Like if you go and connect there, that's miles ahead. Like connecting here. Like you can find maybe someone who does graphic design, but he does corporate design. He's just like uh, he's a graphic designer, not like a artist kind of sense. So he's bound by design rules and all that stuff. So that's something that I lack here. It's like meeting people with similar mindsets in my field, like who do collages, who do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really want to visit like outside India and meet with people there, work on some cool projects and all that.
Yeah, right on. What was the response to the street gallery? Did you get a lot of interested people, or were they just walking past, like getting to their jobs and whatnot?
No, 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 no. I mean, if you see the niche of my work, it's like so only like 0.1% of people know what this is about. Some would
Hmm.
say, "Oh, this is interesting. I can see some creativity here," but it's not like it does not resonate with them because they haven't heard of this artist ever, and they don't know what that is. It's just a poster. They can say like they can't spot any Easter eggs I put. They can't spot any elements I use. They can spot any storytelling I used in there. Only people that I've connected are from like the internet. They can see what I did there. They can see what elements I placed. All that stuff. They can spot. but real life is kind of difficult right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'd imagine that especially since most of your influences come from artists in the West, like,
Yeah.
good luck explaining to like the average person in India who Tyler the Creator is.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Yeah, no, that's fair. So like the online world gives you that opportunity, and in terms of destinations, do you have any in mind that you would like want to go to? Like, would you go to like just for like a collab, or would you do like a residency for a couple months and rent out a studio? And
I mean, definitely that's an aspect I really want to explore on. But if I were to travel somewhere right now, I would say Tokyo, Japan.
why
That's
Tokyo?
uh, because I can see, because the people there, they are all over from world. Like there's Japanese people, there's some of my friends living there. They're, I don't know, they're French, and someone is Italian. So there are many people, and mostly 90% of them are creatives because they see Tokyo as a cultural and creative hub of like the whole world. You can spot many celebrities, many artists just roaming around there.
Very cool. Yeah, I haven't been, but I'd certainly love to go for a visit. That seems to be like the top tourist destination the last couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, if you see the anime aspect as well in that, many people just go for the love of the anime they watch or like the game they love, the Pokemon or kind of stuff, retro kind of stuff, because all of the things that most people love about retro things all come from Japan. So that's something they really love and they really want to spend time in real life about.
Very cool. Any other dream clients that you would want to work with? Because I know you mentioned the weekend, but is there anyone else? I feel like Joji would probably like do a collab because he's big, but he's
Yeah.
not like super big of an artist.
He's disappeared, dude. He hasn't released any single. He hasn't been active like since 2022. I'd definitely love to collab with Joji, but it's I don't know if he's gonna be active anytime soon. But yeah,
Yeah, because I haven't
I'd
heard
say
anything from him since. It
uh,
looks like the last time he performed was like in
yeah,
2023.
yeah, it was 2 3 years ago. But
Yeah.
something I really wanna like collab with is Kendrick or Drake. I don't know. But Kendrick, I really love the grimy feel. Like his old albums are like a huge inspiration for me. Like in every aspect of my life, from art to real life to like the storytelling he does, the showcase and his tours. Not like the new stuff is okay, it's good, but the Good Kid, Mad City, to Pimp a Butterfly era, that was something that really connects, really connects. Like if you sit down and break down what he's saying, it shows like what kind of uh, trouble situation is that, and you can really find some relations with your life in that.
Yeah, I mean you're definitely gonna have to pick either or. I don't know if they're still on speaking terms, so you can't. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can go from one to the other. You're gonna have to make your choice there.
I mean, I don't like support any of the beef that they did, but it's good. I mean, I like both of them. Like Drake is also cool. Like if you are feeling some type of way, put on Drake. Like if you're feeling kind of emotional, you can put on like Kendrick.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I mean,
he's.
I
Yeah.
really, I really wanted to work with Kanye before he just spiraled down.
No, so you wouldn't work with him now after everything that he's done and said
Nah,
recently.
dude, no, no, it's almost bad publicity.
Really, you think so?
Dude, yeah. I would like what he said is like off limits, dude. If I were to associate with any of that, I would just be labeled Uto, who's that guy who's worked with Kanye just for the cloud. Like if you see is his recent collaborations, You know the guy Dave Blunt.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The album that they put out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like all the fascists and the political stuff they said, but after his collaboration, his career kind of fall off because he just collabed with Kanye. Yeah, because to him, Kanye is a great artist. He's the great. I still say you can separate the art from the artist because I used to listen Kanye a lot. His older albums, Jesus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Graduation, are great projects, like groundbreaking, genre-defining projects. But if you see him now, I can't even listen to those albums now. Like what he said, I was so sad. Like, what is this guy saying right now? And that really like because I made many artworks on Kanye as well. So I said, well, like it's changed now. Everything's changed.
What if you weren't credited? What if your name wasn't anywhere on the on the work itself, but you still like did that collab? Would you still do it with him then?
I mean, that's a trick question. Like, if I were to collab with Kanye, I would definitely have my name. I have my name. Like, if I'm collabing with someone that big, I wouldn't just let that be anonymous. So
Hmm.
that there's that aspect as well.
Yeah, and I did hear that Dave Blunts did write some of the lyrics for those songs, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I believe that, man. Dave Blunts doesn't strike me as someone who's like
yeah,
I don't
same.
know, creatively like strong. Like I don't know. He seems like
Hmm.
just a run of the mill like viral rapper that uses controversy to make his songs.
Yeah,
Um, but I
I
don't know
mean,
if I believe that. That seems like a marketing stunt for Dave.
yeah, exactly. I mean, out of all people, Kanye chose to work with that rapper right there to like enforce his political agenda to other people, and that's kind of crazy. Like at that time I was shocked, like why the hell is this rapper collabing with this rapper?
Yeah, it was very strange. I didn't know what to make of it. Like when Dave Blunt was interviewed and he said that he wrote all the songs or all the lyrics for those songs.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't believe that. I feel like that's just like a marketing thing. It would seem strange. Like of all the people that Kanye could have worked with, and I know a lot of people would obviously have now blackballed him and they refuse to work with him. But like of all the people that he could have chosen to work with, like Dave Blunt's, like really that guy? Like that it seems strange, but
Exactly.
all right, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at any decent rapper, any rapper who's in the long run is not going to be associated with strong political agendas and all that stuff. And that same thing applies to art. Like, I don't want to be associated with people that did kind of stuff because uh, have you seen the person, the singer named David, with his recent controversy and all that stuff that's going?
I heard that like yeah, that they found a dead body in
Yeah,
his trunk, but I don't know much about the artist. I don't know anything about him. I just know like he went viral or something and then
yeah,
a lot of people liked his music, but then they found like this dead body.
yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
much of the story to be honest.
Yeah, so that story was horrendous. So that I really like David, and I really want to make artworks, referencing David, like to maybe reach him, maybe like a fan art, like last year. But when I heard that news, I was like, thank God I did not make that artwork. Like it was horrendous. The details, I don't want to discuss it right now, but it was horrendous. The body was linked to him, kind of way.
Yeah, it's very strange. It was found. So I'm reading the story here. September 8th, human remains were found in Los Angeles inside of an impounded Tesla that was registered to him.
Yeah.
Um, it was towed to the impound lot after being abandoned in Hollywood Hills after being there for at least a month. They publicly identified the body of a 15-year-old of a girl who went missing in April. when she was
Yeah,
13 years old.
it's, dude, I was so shocked when I heard that story and all the facts were unfolding in front of my eyes. It was really crazy to see. Like, like, I really like his music, like the pop thing he does and all that stuff. And sometimes his music also resonates in my art. Like, the one that he did in like 2 years ago, it was really good. But now I think if I ever made or did any collaborations with some artists and they turn out to be this bad, I think that would also put me kind of in a bad light also. I don't know why would I do, because like the sense that I knew this person and I collabed with him, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and that he I mean so that'll happen. I mean, there's an investigation, so we don't know like if he's actually the one that did it, but the Tesla is linked to him. But that he did, if he did that, and then he was also on tour at the same time, so he's just going about his day to day life, and meanwhile, there's a body in a
Hmm.
trunk of a car that's linked to him. Like
Yeah, exactly.
that's not looking good. Yeah, he might go away for life for that, and he's only 20 years old. Like he was born in
Yeah,
2005.
he's 1 month younger than me. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I can't recall the last time we ever had a singer. I mean, look, artists and musicians and all that, they always have like some controversy whenever like a lot of money or
Hmm.
drugs are involved. But growing up, I don't really remember hearing of any artists that like had a dead body in their car. I mean, really, the closest
I
thing that I
mean,
can think of is like maybe Suge Knight and his work at the label and how he's gotten all this prison time. I don't know if it was for assault or conspiracy for murder or
mm,
what, but that was like linked to this whole era of hip hop and these are like big names, but not really a lot of people that like have this like do something like
yeah.
this like that's insane.
I mean, if you look at like some of the genres of music, there's definitely many like gangsters or
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
gangs linked to it. So like someone dying is not that rare. It it frequently happens when a rapper dies. But someone committing a murder, someone like doing this and like someone who's just like a serial killer at that point is kind of shocking. Like the person we knew, like even if it's parasocial, the person we knew like in our minds has done that action. So that's really like shocking to some people.
Yeah, no, that's like I don't know what else I could say on that. That's crazy.
Uh,
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I guess with him, we'll see what happens.
yeah,
Do you
that's
do,
very.
do you think that because I know like another artist that's hard to track down, Frank Ocean. He's kind of disappeared. He's not really
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
limelight. Would you ever want to do work with him? Because I've seen that you've done some
Absolutely, bro.
posters of him.
Dude, yeah. There's there's kind of story like I got into his music like a friend recommended me to listen to him, and when I did, it was like where was this music? Why haven't I found this yet? So that's crazy. Like I really love his music and his ideas. Like, and the thing, he's only put out 2 albums and one mixtape. It's crazy. Like the attention that he still gets just by posting a story is kind of crazy. And I definitely want to work with him if I get the chance. Like, I mean, I also think that my style could resonate with the aesthetic that Frank Ocean does.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I just realized, yeah, that he's only released two actual albums on like Chanel Orange and Blonde.
Not, yeah.
I loved Chanel Orange. That when I discovered that, it was I don't know, it was like unlike any other genre I'd ever listened to.
Hmm.
He's like a once in a generation type artist. Also coming up at the time with Tyler the Creator as well and their collabs that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, that time was amazing. Even if I didn't listen to that music at that time, when I recently did, it was really nice. So in that album, Channel Orange, I think why it's separate from the rest is the like he collaborated with many artists. Like so, there's one artist called John Mayer who plays guitar. Is He's like a prodigy in guitar. And playing guitar, I've heard his name a million times. Like every YouTube tutorial search, I want to learn guitar, how to play like John Mayer, how what thing he does differently playing guitar.
Hmm.
So that's the thing that kind of separates, you know.
Yeah, John Mayer would also be cool to collab with. He's very prolific. Just keeps pumping out music, keeps doing tours, even though he doesn't even have to. But he keeps doing the work. Um,
Exactly.
I think he there was a show that he did with, I believe it was BB King, where they did a show together. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This where they were doing solos back and forth. That was 16
Oh
years
yeah.
ago, but he's still like prolific, still at it, doing it again and again. I mean, more to like what we said at the beginning of the podcast, how the way that you've managed to find your kind of rhythm and doing all the work that you do is just
Hmm.
setting up challenges for yourself to keep doing it day in, day out, and then eventually the weeks, the months, the years they pile up, and now you're skilled.
Exactly. So that's the thing. When I started playing guitar, I got across so many genres of music that was like hidden to me. When I started playing it, I searched up like, how do I play this song? How do I play this song? Songs that I've never heard before. And when I heard them, it was like life-changing experience. Like it was a song from 80s, it was song from 60s, 70s, and all full of guitar solos, guitar chords, and all that stuff. So it's really kind of fascinating to me. Like the a whole world of creative thinking is hidden from you if you don't explore it, obviously. Like learning an instrument is like just getting skilled as an artist, making art, making sounds, all that stuff. It's really fascinating.
Do you prefer acoustic or electric?
Electric.
Okay, right on, right on. Yeah, I tried my hand at it when I was young, but it just I don't know. I never really picked it up. I played a lot of trumpet when I was in school, and that was a lot of fun. But for music, I've also wanted to like try it out, but more like on the DJ side. Like I love seeing DJs mix tracks together and find like specific timing when to loop the tracks in. And now with the technology that's
Hmm.
available nowadays, like there's so much that you can do. Like eventually, I would also
Yeah,
like to get into that because there's just something about being able to like just catch a wave that makes you feel in a way that no other genre of art can do. Like there's that extra like quality to music. I think I heard someone describe it as music is what we use to paint time. So to add like a vibe to the moment that we're experiencing.
spot on. That's right. So, if I were to explain what I feel about music and making music, is something I haven't learned music yet. Obviously, I don't know much of the theory, much of anything that goes in, but I know some basic things. But what the main feeling is like if I were to put my ideas that if I'm stuck somewhere and if I'm making art, I'm stuck. I would love that energy to create music that at that time because that really helps me to get out of any rut and any creative block. So I would say it's really helpful to me in that sense. And producing my own music is just gives me control over myself. Like I made that. If I have ever heard some music in there that I would say that I made that music. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then you could, I mean, once you're making your own music, you could have your own like music videos. You don't have to worry about copyright or anything like that. Everything is made from
Exactly.
scratch. Like you don't have to worry about any of that. If anything, now you're on the opposite end. Now you're worried about other people stealing your music.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. I would definitely link my music with my art that I make. So that's definitely an aspect. Like I made art for this piece of music or music for this piece of art.
Right on. That's awesome, man. That you're not limiting yourself to one genre or another. You're just trying all these different forms of expression just to I don't know, just to try something new. Is it like is there a reason why like you're branching out into all these different things, or is it just because like you know you like it and the way that you went into collage work is just you did it repeatedly, so you learned, okay, well I could do this with anything now. I could just do it with any genre. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's that, but there's always something when I hear music from my favorite artists, like how do they capture this feeling in this? And how do they tell this story just by instrumentals, just by instruments? So that thing really gave me a spark. So when I tried out my guitar, how have you heard the song November Rain by Guns N' Roses?
Can't say I have.
Yeah, so there's a guitar solo in that song. So that hearing that for the first time was life changing for me. Like how the emotions are expressed just by just by an instrument. That's crazy. Like, and that really motivated me to make my own music and learn how they do all that stuff, learn the theory, learn everything. So yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah, music theory was never my strong suit. I could never get it. I was always awful at it. But I loved playing. Like whether it's just like through sheet music or freestyling. That was
Yeah,
my favorite. But music theory, I don't know. There's something about
definitely.
it that I could never grab onto.
I mean, yeah, if you see the classical music theory, it's definitely a lot difficult than the music theory for guitar. I mean, it's still complicated, but there's just patterns you have to learn to move across the fretboard and play anything you want. Like, if you have a C chord, you can have like eight different voicings for that chord. Like, you can play it anywhere. The guitar gives you a lot of options to just, you know, get creative and all that. The theory in guitar just helps you to be more creative, not like it does not bound it does not bounce you to like you have to do this, you just have to play only this scale or that scale. So it's kind of good, you can say.
Have you ever explored doing any work with like loop pedals?
Dude, I want a loop pedal, dude. Like I just have my amp and my guitar. I don't have any pedals and all that, but it's definitely something I did digitally. Like what I did was record a rhythm guitar and play some notes on that. Like I practice a lot with backing tracks,
Mm-hmm.
like there's scales, you say like A minor pentatonic scales. You can play and make your own solos. Just put on some drums and some rhythm guitar in the backing, and you can just, get creative with it. The looper pedal is definitely something I want to get, but I would just rather get a audio interface. So it just gives me a lot of options on the tone and recording the guitar flawlessly as well.
Yeah, I had one when I was a teenager when I was trying to get into music. They're a little bit hard to work with, but once you get the feel of it, and the timing especially, uh,
Mhm.
it's it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can make tracks with just like minutes of work. And there's just it gives you a lot more room to play with when it comes to making them live. especially like when you get into like the super high tech pedals that they have now. I think I had one
Mhm.
of these, the RC50. It was very basic. Um,
Yeah,
but you can get really crazy with them because you can loop like different pedals to each other, and I mean, there's even yeah, the RC300. Um,
yeah,
yeah, there's a ton of them that they make now. Not to mention like all the different like guitar pedals. Like I'd never realized there was this whole world of all these different pedal effects. And then I remember I saw this
yeah.
YouTube channel of this girl. She all she does is just review guitar pedals, and she has like hundreds of videos. And I was, oh my god, I didn't realize that people made like single pedals for like just effects, and they sell for quite a bit of money.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason I didn't invest in that pedal. Like, if you go into the world of electric guitar, it's crazy big. Like, acoustic guitar is fine. Like, it's just one genre of acoustic guitars or classical guitars. If you go into electrics, there's like hundreds of thousands of like different tone of guitar, different wood, different string, different pickups, different tone and strings, baritone guitar, bass, pedals. Pedals just, change the tone, but it's still a part of it. But it's crazy. Like if you see how many electric guitars there are, it's crazy. And how crazy expensive these are. I just have like a $200 guitar. But it's so good. It's still a beginner guitar. I would definitely get more because it just looks so good. Something about collecting electric guitars is just as a collection is so appealing to me.
Yeah, that's the hell of an expensive habit to have, but not the worst kind of habit.
Yeah. I mean, it just fuels your creativity at some point.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. No, that's awesome, man. You're just branching out into anything and everything, and you're still like so young. You have so much time to learn all of this stuff. There's really no limit to what you're gonna be able to do.
I appreciate it, but still, I really don't know like the solid foundation basics of design. Like if I were to do a branding for a company, I would not be able to do like I don't know the process. I don't know the technical details that could go into the branding, like what sizes to use, and all that stuff. So that this collage thing just really gave me, a space where I can express myself freely without any bounds. So there's that.
Well, I mean, with the company stuff, like they have entire teams for that, so it's not even like unless you're doing it for like some kind of tech startup, and they don't have enough money to
Hmm.
afford a team. Like most companies, like yeah, they'll have like all this research that they do on the brand shape and design. Like they'll
Hmm.
have entire people that are dedicated to just researching before even putting the first pencil to the page. So I don't know if it'll really be all that hard. I feel like for corporate stuff it's not so much like brainstorming if they hire a creative. I think it's just more like execution. Like they just tell you exactly what they want and you do it exactly
Yeah.
how they want it. I mean, I'm also speaking as someone who's never like I've never even interviewed anyone from that world, and so I don't know how it works, but I would imagine like they would already have, all the ideas and everything worked out. They just want to see you execute it at that point.
Well, I agree. Like one thing I would say is one of the collabs I really want, I'm looking forward, is with Nike. Like if I were to get a chance to collab with them someday, it would be crazy good. Like it's one of my dream collabs. Like I wasn't thinking about them earlier when you asked that question, but Nike, I love what they do and how they implement the creatives and all that stuff. And what they do is they also collab with many artists from around the world. But I would see my style in their stuff. If I also made many things on Nike, like it also got a crazy attention, but it's definitely in my list of collabs.
What would you want to make for them if you could make anything?
If I were to make for them, I would try and definitely shoes. Like what I do with collages, with printouts and all that stuff. I could experiment with fabrics like printing, cutting, and all that. There's so many textures I can explore. There's so many different things in that. So there's that also, the clothing aspect as well. So I really want to explore on like the product design aspect, how I can implement my creativity that's something in real life that exists, something in real life, like structures, models, toys, something in that line is something I really want to explore.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's. I mean, hell, if you're gonna aim somewhere, it might as well be for the top, you know.
Exactly.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm really glad to hear that you're keeping the momentum going, like regardless of the medium, regardless of what inspires you, you're just reaching for the next thing, the next tool. Is there anything that you any mediums that you have yet to kind of like to try out that you would want your hands on, like making an actual like physical thing, like a sculpture, or like I don't know, just anything that's come to your mind?
I mean, yeah, and I would say not something like real life, but I really want to do like motion graphics and 3D kind of stuff in computer like they do. But if I were to talk about real life, I would definitely say oil paintings. Something about oil paintings is really interesting to me. Like they look different from all of the other paintings that they like acrylic paintings are different. Or oil paintings are like the pinnacle of paintings. Like, but painting is a really vast world, really, really vast world. Like more vast than this design world. You have to be good at drawing, you have to be good at color theory, you have to be good at compositions. That's a really time taking process. It just, you can't even do in a year.
Mm.
Like you have to spend like 3 or 4 years perfecting some areas of that first to get to that point where you can produce quality paintings. So something along the lines of my future when I like in the next 10 years is definitely something I want to explore on. But yeah.
Well, I mean, if you, as long as you keep up this energy, like all you do is just apply it to a different medium, like oil painting. I'm sure you'll be able to get it in no time. Because I mean, to go from digital design of like just banners to actual collage work, and then now mixed media videos and now music. I mean,
Mhm.
you haven't you haven't found a medium yet that's kind of stumped you, or that's made you stop just because it's too
Yeah.
hard. So I feel like given enough time, you'll be able to do it, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so young. What I always think is I'm so young, dude. I don't have like any limitations on what I have to do. Like I can be the jack of all trades if I want to. Like I saw a video of someone, like he was doing boxing, he was doing some coding, he was doing some art, he was doing some cooking, all that stuff. So that really inspired me. Like I don't want to be limited by one thing. Like yeah, he's a specialist. He only does one thing. He's known for his one thing. I mean, that's also good for some people, but for me, I would say that I can be a variety of things. Like, so a famous example would be Virgil Abloh. He did album covers. He had a degree in engineering. Then he did architecture. Then he did fashion. So there's like four different fields that he explored and got to the top on. So he's one of the main inspirations like to keep me going. Also, you can see like he recently passed away. So yeah, Off-White is like one of my favorite brands, and like the aesthetic that they do with and their collaboration with Nike, it was also amazing to witness.
Oh wow, yeah, I see. He was diagnosed with cancer at age 41.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still so young if you look at him. Like if he were to live longer, he would have done so many more amazing things. But someone's got to carry his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, just reading about his from his bio, he worked with Kanye, he worked with Rihanna, he worked with Louis Vuitton, he worked with
Like he
everyone.
was, yeah, like he was the top at Louis Vuitton. He was the main artistic director for them, and still having his own luxury streetwear brand, Off-White.
Yeah, I've heard of his name here and there, but I never knew he had such a wide-spanning career. Wow.
Yeah, he also DJ'd. He also helped produce some tracks also. So he also had his hands in music. He had his hands in art. He had what do you say, fashion and all that stuff. So it's kind of crazy. Like he was the Renaissance man. Like to me, like he could do all those things.
Wow. No, that's just it's just very inspirational because like I've growing up I've kind of dabbled in different mediums here and there, whether it's like art or whatever, but um I never really like took the time to make like a living out of it. It was always just like for my own personal, like, oh, let me just make this for myself. Never really put it
Mhm.
out there in the world, but yeah, having talked to you and learned about this, it makes me want to dive deeper into that because there's something so cool being able to go in between different mediums, because then you'll take certain things that you learn from one and apply it into another, and when you combine them, there's just, I don't know, it's there's just something about it that gives it that extra dimensional quality where you're not just sticking with one or the other. Now it becomes like just a complete different mix of something else. I don't know how to describe it, but there's just this feeling of being able to hop in between all these different worlds,
Yeah,
that gives you so much freedom to explore whatever you want.
yeah, exactly. Like Virgil also like had many resources for young creatives, like someone who's aspiring to be uh, something like with creative thinking and all that stuff. He really had his programs, he had his scholarships and all that stuff that helped creatives a lot around the world also, especially black creatives. So that's really cool to see as well. Like he did speeches in many art institutes, like how the new age is kind of taking over the old age. Like if you look at when he did things for Louis Vuitton, he included streetwear for the first time in that fashion house, because it was part of his movement, like to include what's the new way, what's dear to him, what's new age into like the traditional ways. He was the change, like he brought that change that we see now on fashion shows, like the streetwear kind of thing mixed with the formals and that artistic vision that he had.
Very cool. No, that's amazing. I never did a deep dive on him before, but now I'm certainly interested because yeah, whenever I see people like this, it people that are accomplished in all these different mediums, it reminds me like, yeah, no, it's possible. You don't have to give your life to one thing or the other. You can actually be prolific in all of these things. And I'm not saying like,
Yeah,
I'll wake up tomorrow and Louis Vuitton's gonna call me up and do like, no, obviously like that's not how it happens. But um, if you carve out a space in the world for yourself and you do it in your own style that's recognizable,
mhm.
people are eventually gonna notice, and from collab to collab, eventually you're going to get to a place where you can actually just now then you can dictate the terms. But when you
Yeah,
start out,
exactly.
it's a bit of an uphill climb. But no, that's yeah, it's very inspirational.
Yeah, it is like the wave he created also became the wave for many new upcoming artists. Like, uh, yeah, it's really crazy to see. Like, I was there's one unfortunate thing that happened with me recently, but that kind of, uh, shook me as an artist. Like someone just copied my poster, and
Like completely,
that
100%.
poster, like completely, but the person was different. Like if I made the poster for the weekend, he made that for Playboy Cardi, but
Mm,
the composition to the last detail was exactly the same. Like he didn't even bother to change one thing, even like the smokes and the layering, exactly same.
mm,
And that poster, along with some other posters, got reposted by a big magazine, like a big magazine,
mm-hmm.
and that page had like 1 million followers. So, and from that, I saw him getting the opportunities that I dreamed of, and that really was a scary time. Like, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, if I make these art and like, what do you say that? I kind of deserve that
The
attention
credit,
and all
yeah,
that.
the recognition.
Like the credit, yeah, the recognition, and instead of me, he's getting all that. So that was really sad to see.
Do you find that happens often with your work, or is it rare? Is it just like once, once in a
I mean,
while?
I have seen like 4 or 5 people get it get like really close to my style, but like also incorporating my elements that I make in posters in their work. So yeah, that's kind of two-sided. So like I I do things that I like. I don't even look at references like when I make stuff. I just make it for the fun of it. So when I see like people, and when I confronted the person about this, he accepted, yeah, bro, I copied your work and I'm sorry for that. Like why, and what's the point now? Like he's followed by one of the uh I don't know like if I can say his name, but he's followed by many famous people and the people in the creative industry that I look up to. Like indirectly, it's they like my work.
Hmm. Well, yeah, you can say his name by all means. Like it's not going to cause any problems. Like I mean, he stole your work, and then he also admit to it. I don't I don't see what the problem with calling him out is, because
Yeah,
that's
dude.
yeah that's not right.
Yeah, that sucks, but I still rather would just not get into any controversial kind of stuff. Like,
No, no, that's fair. That's fair. I understand that.
yeah,
Um, I mean, if anything, like like it sucks that he stole it. Um, but that speaks to how influential and how creative
yeah, exactly.
your work is, that someone would go out so far as to do that, and they get recognition from all these people. It's like, okay, well, that means that you're plenty capable of doing that too and getting that recognition. It's just, maybe he happened to have, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe the algorithm blessed him, or like he just happened to have the right followers or whatever. They got it to the right people. Like, if he could do that, then I don't know. I don't think you are worried about your work getting reach, but all that, to me, all
mhm,
that is just a signal that, okay, so yeah, fine, he copied it, but that just means that your work is worthy of that recognition. It's just
yeah,
a matter of time until like the right person sees it. I mean, look, like, dude,
exactly.
you got to collab with Chris Brown. Like, come on, like, there's, you're not. It's not like you're scrambling for attention.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm really grateful for all of the attention I've got over the years, but like seeing that at that time when I was like getting like 20 likes, 50 likes and all that, that
Mm,
was like crazy. So that really hurt me, but still the Twitter gods blessed me last year. They gave me a crazy reach. So and that time they I don't know, many pages like with 500K followers, 600K followers all started featuring me. So that time I'm really grateful for that, because you don't see original ideas that often. Like when I did that Apple Music kind of series, no one else was doing, and in the style of mixed media, it was something, a unique thing that everyone like to see. Like they were asking me about it, like, what is this? Like, I want to know more about it. What was your thinking? How did you create that? So that time was really interesting as well. So yeah, I mean, many people message me like how do you create all these things, and what was the process. So I made some reels, explained it to them, so they were like really intrigued. And there's not just one people, it was like several people DM me like, hey, I love your work, I would love to collaborate with you sometime. So yeah, that was a really nice time. I would hope that I could see relive that time again, dude.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've come a long way since then. So at this point, if you just keep up with that same energy, same spirit, like only more good things can happen. Like you're in a really good position to really take advantage of all of this. I mean, I don't have to tell you that much. You know that yourself.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, one thing I really want to do right now is make content, like put myself out there and like, yeah, I do this stuff and they would know, yeah, that I do this stuff and make content like, it doesn't have to be like just process videos, like some I could be on a YouTube video yapping about my experiences and
Hmm.
like some kind of stuff that I experience on a daily basis, but that included with my creativity and that creative aspect.
Oh, like daily vlogging, basically.
You can say that, but not just like a daily vlog, but some kind of a series where I talk about stuff, so where I teach stuff, like multiple things in one. Like
Hmm.
it could be through Reels from TikToks, like TikTok's banned in my country, but from YouTube and Instagram mainly.
Yeah, I mean, you could always stream. You could always like live stream your process. You don't even have to talk to the audience. Don't even include a
Yeah,
mic.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
like put some background music and have a camera overhead for your desk there, and then like a
Mhm.
feed to your monitor and show that. Like, I bet plenty of people would be curious about that.
Yeah, exactly. I would if I wish like TikTok was still in my country, because I see many designers popping off on TikTok, dude. Like the stuff I post, maybe it's already posted on TikTok by some other name, but TikTok's really nice for reach and likes and all that stuff. Like many opportunities come from TikTok itself.
Yeah, I've because I have some work that I do on the side that I would want to feature on it, but my main issue with TikTok has always been that it's connected to the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, yeah,
That's always been my concern of it, and especially like with the terms and services, the kind of information that they take on you. I know all these apps are scraping every piece of information they can from people, but TikTok is always just. I don't know. I've always put them in a different category because like you
yeah.
said,
I agree.
I hear nothing but good things from people that are independent creators or designers or artists or what have you, that they can actually make a living off of it. But yeah, I've always hesitated to use that platform. I don't think I ever will. Even though like I know like
Mhm,
Facebook does similar things, so does Instagram and all that. But there's just something about like a foreign power having access to it. Like if it's people on my own team, I'm like, okay, I know you're using it against me, but at least like you're based in like where I live. So like
mhm.
we share the consequences, but if it's like another country externally, I don't know. I'm not that comfortable with it.
Yeah, I agree. That's the main reason it got banned in my country. Like it was stealing people's data and
Hmm.
without reporting, and it was kind of a messy situation that it got banned. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, but as an artist and as a creator, I am like skeptical on finding every platform I can to just to share my work. Like if I make one reel, it goes to YouTube Shorts, it goes to Instagram, and if
Hmm.
TikTok was there, I would upload it on TikTok too. Like just for the fun, like you could get so many like connections, random connections from people that kind of are looking for this content. Like you can transfer your audience. Like if I have for example, many followers on Instagram, I can tell them to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kind of thing. You know, like you can channel that audience and other social platforms, and that could benefit you as well. Something about YouTube is, I don't know, it's really complicated to me. For something about YouTube videos, making them, I don't know why I can understand it, but it's something of a task. Like recording all that,
Mm-hmm.
scripting, voiceovers, editing, that kind of stuff. I don't know, it kind of scares me. But eventually, I definitely want to make YouTube videos.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably even like for TikTok, you could probably just like access it through like a VPN, or is that not possible even in India?
Yeah, I guess that is possible, but I don't have an Android phone, but I only have an iPhone, so it's kind of impossible. But I do have
Okay.
access to CapCut, CapCut, that editing software.
Yeah, that one's also owned by ByteDance, which is also owned
Yeah,
by
TikTok.
the TikTok and the CCP and all that. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, interesting. Well, listen, we're at the 2 hour mark here. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss, or any other work that you wanted to feature before we finish here?
I mean, I guess there's not, we talked about it a lot already.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough. So in terms of socials, people can find you on Twitter. Oh, and you have your own website here as well. Yeah,
yeah, I do.
Ajit.design. So yeah, everyone can find their work here. We'll link it in the description for anyone interested. Because I saw that you sell prints as well.
I do. Like I just have uploaded it on there and I don't promote it at all, but it's kind of there.
Oh, you should, man. Yeah, you absolutely should. Because like that's just extra revenue for you. Why not?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Well, listen, thank you so much for making the time to come on the show. It's been really cool
Absolutely.
hearing about your experiences. I'm glad to hear that the collaborations and everything are going well. And like I said, I mean, you're in your early 20s, you're just starting out, and you've already had this a lot of this great success and attention. Like the opportunities you have are limitless, man. That's as good of a place to be as any as an artist.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you for having me. Thank you so much that for giving me this opportunity to speak about my thoughts and all that. For that, I really thank you, brother.
Yeah, yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time. Yeah, episode's gonna be up in the next couple days, so stay tuned for that, guys. We'll include all the links in the descriptions, and yeah, thanks again for everyone that joined us, and yeah, we'll see you later.
Bye, guys.